And I think now it's going to be real hard to get to the numbers for tonight. I should have just, I couldn't figure out how to keep it running at the same time because you can't, the camera was being controlled by OBS. Had it let me use the OBS virtual camera, it would have worked, but now we're struggling really bad in here. I mean, why is there only 7 people in here? At 41 now. That was good. Okay, sometimes I'm not really sure how I come across on there, but I feel shitty for the family, and if that was me, I think if it was any one of you, you would be furious with the prosecutor, especially if you're somebody. And that's the part too. Like when you're on death row, your life sucks, and Kohberger's life should suck. But I have a feeling he's not going to do well in prison because of what he did to 3 uh, girls and and a guy, but especially the girls. That's not going to sit well with the guys in prison. Some of them. So we'll see how you doing there, Proberger, Nutja, or Kohberger, you stupid. Yeah. Well, I hope the information comes out. I mean, that's what I said. I want all of the information out. I want the prosecutor to, Kohberger needs to say every single thing that happened, and it needs to match, and that needs to be part of the deal. You can't just have him go, like, for example, why doesn't he have to tell him where the knife is? Or it's not a deal. Where's the knife? Because he's not going to be able to appeal. So since he can't appeal, there's no hurt in him saying where the knife is, right? So they should be able to go out and get the knife at this point. That's what I was going to say, but I forgot to say it. But you guys, this is our donation night here. So we didn't make it on the previous show. So we need to keep the ball rolling here. And then tomorrow when I get back into town, we'll send out the thousands of dollars like normal to the various places. I don't have the ability with this setup here to do the same thing. But yeah, he's already got the, there's no appeals. So if that's the truth, then every fact of the case should be put out there and known in the case. Let's see. He has to say where he hid. Well, we don't know what he has to do. Hey, thanks so much. And Hagen. All right. What if I turn that one back on? Is that going to work? That was the stream boss. Nope, I got rid of the thing because it was making noise on that show. But it would have went. Yeah, don't forget to get the coffees, the PayPals. We only have 1 PayPal. Normally we get like 20 of those on tonight's. Maybe the police are out recovering it now. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. It'd be interesting to know exactly where it was, too. The ban will be lifted on. Yeah, so obviously the ban. We were talking about that. I was talking about that with Amber when I drove back home. That the gag order will be lifted, I'm sure. But now we need to hear from investigators. I hope these guys don't just be like, well, we really can't. Listen, there should be no lid on anything because there are no appeals. There is nothing that you need to keep from anything. It should be complete sunshine on this case, and we should get to know everything. So how did the Hatless Gray do on the Court TV tonight? You put out another statement? Let me see. Is it on? It's on Facebook, right? Let me look. Okay. Aubrey was unable to attend the meeting with prosecutors to beg for additional concessions to guarantee certainty in this case. We are all in awe of how she was able to perfectly articulate the following, especially at only 18 years old. We are so proud of her. Hello, my name is Aubrey Gonzalez. I am the youngest member of the Gonzalez family. Though I am unable to be there in person, I refuse to stay silent about a situation that should never have required this kind of gathering in the first place. What the families of Ethan, Kaylee, Maddie, and Xana have endured over the past 2 years, over the past, I think it meant just year and a half, or 2.5 years, is beyond comprehension, from the constant delays to the relocation of proceedings, making it harder for loved ones to attend. The justice system has placed heavy burdens on those already carrying unimaginable grief. Through it all, we have tried to hold on to hope. We've believed in the process. We've had faith in the system. But at this point, it is impossible not to acknowledge the truth. The system has failed these 4 innocent victims and their families. These are not just names of headlines. I mean, it's crazy, too, in a state like Idaho for these prosecutors to do that. Ethan Chapin, Kaylee Gonzalez, and Madison Logan, Xana Kernodle were beautiful human beings who touched countless lives. They are not just the Idaho 4. They were sons. I try to say their names a lot in my video. They were sons, daughters, siblings, and friends, real people with real dreams. They deserve to be remembered for who they were in life, not only for the tragedy of their deaths, but before that can truly happen, that they deserve justice, nothing less. I mean, has he accepted the? Can they take away? I think it's too late to take away the deal. I mean, why did the prosecution offer it? Or I don't know how this went down. The introduction of the plea deal just weeks before the scheduled trial is both shocking and cruel. Had this proposal come 1.5 years ago, the families could have had the time to process, discuss, and potentially come to terms with the idea of a life sentence. However difficult that may be, we could have had the time to understand it, to prepare for it emotionally, and perhaps even to find some degree of peace. But now, with mere weeks left, we are being asked to absorb and respond to life-altering decisions with no room to breathe. Brian Kohberger facing a life in prison means he would still get to speak, form relationships, and engage with the world. Meanwhile, our loved ones have been silenced forever. The reality stings more deeply when it feels like the system is protecting his future more than honoring the victim's past. The justice system was created to serve and protect, not to re-traumatize grieving families. And yet, time and time again, we find ourselves blindsided, unheard, and unsupported. This last-minute plea deal feels less like an act of justice and more like an afterthought. We are not asking for vengeance. We are asking for accountability. We're asking for dignity for our loved ones, and we are pleading for a justice system that truly lives up to its name. See, I think it's too late now, though. If he changed it now and it goes to trial, you already heard that he was going to accept the plea deal. And that would dramatically affect the jury pool, because now it's a big story that everybody's heard of. But anyways, you guys, we're trying to reach the goal tonight on donation night. I had to stop the previous stream to go on Court TV, and we're doing pretty good over there, but we need to continue on. This is our one night a month donation night where we do the last push on here, and then we it's going to have to be tomorrow, however, that I'll send in donations to various true crime related charities, etc. Yeah, I know what your truth is. You keep trying to slam that around and slam it around. I don't know. I mean, I was saying earlier, you just never know with the wacko Proberger types that might make it out there. But it just isn't fair to them. I think they would have even accepted it. It had gone to trial, and it turned out, oh, he's not guilty. It'd be like, oh shit. It wasn't going to happen. The only thing that was ever going to happen would be a hung jury by some nut job. Yeah, thanks, Anne Berlin, for gifting a membership, and also there was another one, Bella X Strange, and the Pam Pepper. And apparently it was just a rock-solid case. But I'm not sure. I think it was more like, I don't know. I really don't get it, really. They weren't nervous about anything. The prosecution. Great, thanks for the great coverage in this case. I hope the Probergers quiet up now. Well, they won't. They'll come up with some other reason. They'll say, why would the prosecution do that? There must be something. Well, I know, but why did your client agree to it? So even if the prosecution was nervous about one little element, and they didn't want that to be a possibility that he could ever walk again, he still agreed that he did it, because he might not have known what that was. Welcome. A path kit. Etiquette. A path etiquette. The previous statement was, it's true, we are beyond furious at the state of Idaho. They have failed us. Please give us some time. This was very unexpected. We appreciate all your love and support. Judge Hippler, I would tell you that it's likely that you're going to trial on the date that's been identified. That's what he said. That was their last post on June 18th. Prior to that one. Oh, that's sick. All right, you guys. So this is our donation night. It just happens to be crazy stuff going on at the same time, but this is our normal once a month on the last day of each month. So if you have the ability to help support the channel and thus other causes, that would be awesome. I don't want it to be one of those ones where I have to keep saying it over and over and over and over again. This is what we do on this night. Thanks, Livia Ocean. Welcome, Saudi. Tell you what, if we need another. What did we? I think we need another $400, and then we'll pull out the 360-degree video. Yeah. That's how far we're still short. We're only at 60%. Should be somewhat, you would think it would be somewhat easy on today. How come that doesn't, it's not beeping back here? Oh, there we go. Went out and bought these earbuds, don't even need the damn things. Yeah, we even went to Huawei Park today when I was driving around. Just sucks. I hope we do. I would expect for the public and everybody to get to. I hope it's not a private meeting just for the family so they get to know. The public deserves and has spent time and should get to know all the elements of the case. Thank you, Derek. Oh, this might have it on there. Hold on. So let's just put my screen on like I had yesterday. But come on, you guys. We need the support for the channel. This is our monthly donation night. We're already dying down yet again on another stream without even. It's crazy. If I have this one here, window capture. Let's see. Does that work? How did I play that yesterday? Oh, wait. No? I don't know how I did that. Did that one? No. Yeah, boy. Already died down. Crazy. See, that court TV cost me again. Unbelievable. Oh, shit. Now, here's an article that Derek sent. Brian Kohberger has agreed to plead guilty to all accounts in the killings of 4 University of Idaho students, sparing him from the death penalty, according to a letter sent to victims' family members informing them of the plea deal. Proberger, who was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of burglary, in connection with the 2022 killings, still will be sentenced to 4 consecutive life sentences. Is there anything different in this? Prosecutors anticipate sentencing to take place in late July, as long as Kohberger enters the guilty plea as expected at a change of plea hearing that's scheduled for Wednesday. So he's just going to walk in and say, according to the letter received by the family of one of the victims. The plea comes just weeks before Kohberger's trial was set to begin. Jury selection was to start on August 4th, and opening arguments were scheduled for August 18th. Prosecutors said the letter to family that the state was approached last week, that's what I thought, by Kohberger's defense team asking to be presented with an offer. Wait, approached last week by Kohberger's defense. That's what I thought. That's the order I thought it. Defense team asking to be, I think they meant to say to present them with an offer. Prosecutors said they then met with available family members last week, weighed the right path forward, and made a formal offer to Kohberger. Prosecutors said they then met with available family members. Who? What are you talking about? What do you mean you met with available family members? This resolution is our sincere attempt to seek justice for your family, prosecutors wrote in a letter. This agreement ensures that the defendant will be convicted, will spend the rest of his life in prison, and will not be able to put you and the other families through the uncertainty of decades. So that's what Mike King was talking about. So that sounds pretty close to that. Maybe he was able to read this article. And other families through uncertainty of decades of post-conviction appeals. Your viewpoint weighed heavily in our decision-making process, and we hope that you may come to appreciate. Okay, so maybe they did meet with family, because I think I asked Gonzalez when I was driving here. I said, you don't think they're going to do a plea deal or anything? And he sort of hesitated. He goes, "Nah, I don't think so." So that means he must have been part of a meeting, and that's why they're sort of begging for forgiveness, because all they could do is input, but they didn't follow what the family said. Your viewpoint weighs heavily in our decision-making process, and we hope that you may come to appreciate, meaning your viewpoint didn't affect our decision, because now we want you to appreciate what we decided later. That says, again, we hope that you may come to appreciate why we believe this resolution is the best interest of justice. The state also will seek restitution for the victims and their families according to the agreement. Restitution, give me a break. We keep the families of the victims, well, maybe if you wrote a book or something. We keep the families of the victims in our hearts as each deals with this outcome in their own way. The University of Idaho said in a statement, no outcome can replace what they lost. We will never forget the 4 incredible lives taken. All right. Crazy. Hey, thanks you guys for getting us moving again. Alley Cake, A Path Etiquette, Shelly Boo Boo, Alley Cake. Yeah, I think they went counter to what the family said. It's crazy. Hey, thanks, Lisa Valenzuela, for the bucket of coffee. And Lillian on the PayPal. And then Paulette. And WNC Granny on PayPal. Oh, Miss Angel's got me a coffee earlier, too. Thank you. And Shade 320. So I hope you guys appreciate, the way we cover the case over here on this channel the whole time. I think we were pretty damn accurate. And I think when the facts come out, oh yeah, look at that. The names are back to normal again. Ha-ha! Hey, CaliGal3, come back in. Type something in. That's cool, man. The names are back to normal. Look at that. Thank you, Natalie. So what do you guys think? Wait, does this work if I click on a comment? Live chat overlay. Let me try this again. It should work. Live chat overlay. Okay, so that's not there. Hold on. Yeah, it should have worked. So that's there. When I go over to here, oh, maybe it needs, oh, I know why. It needs to be on the top. There we go. So here we go. Why don't we put your comments in there? Super chats are preferred on our donation night. So there's Natalie. Thank God our names are back. Shay, donation night. Thanks for all your work on this case. I learned the truth through you. Well, there you go. And hopefully, I know there's people that think, oh, he's so mean to the Proberger. I don't know how else to be, man. This is one of those cases that was never confusing. Ever. There was never a point. Okay, hold on. I'm going to try to figure out how to get this. Okay, first of all, I got to tell you, I don't know how anybody does this with just their laptop. You guys are crazy. I have no idea how you guys do it. Thank you, KK. That's not the KK. Is that the KK or just a KK? We have so many KKs. Alright, so what if I went like that? Windows capture. And I go over to Insta360. See if that doesn't work. Crazy. Man, it's a cool video too. Does it work if I go like that? Yeah, see, look at that. That's stupid. Do you think he will tell where the net? Well, that's what I was trying to remember to say that on the show, but I also said it here at the beginning of this show. Is I think he should be required, since there are no appeals, there should be no hesitation on his part to tell law enforcement where the K-bar knife sheath is, or anything. And if they can find any time that he's lying, they take away the deal. Although I think it's too late once he gets the deal, because it creates too much prejudice at that point. I mean, everybody would know that he has already admitted that he did it. They should repeal their death penalty. I know. It's like, if this isn't the perfect case for the death penalty, then why bother having one in your state? I mean, what? I don't know, man. I wonder if there was some, like, a technicality that they were wondering, except if there was, the defense, if they knew about it, wouldn't have accepted. They're the ones that approached the prosecutors. So what was the... Now, how did the Probergers, by the way, explain that? Hey, thanks, Paul. Thanks, everybody, for helping support the channel. And also, what was that? 5 Saute. Is it Saute? Gave 5 memberships. Very cool. Thank you. I just don't think that there is any reason why he can't say every single element of the case. The order of it, what went wrong in there, did he leave the knife sheath there intentionally, did he, everything. Go through it. Right. I think the details are something that should be known. I think they will be known, and we'll hear about it at least through reporting and sources, because there is no gag order, I would imagine. I mean, once the deal's made, there's no gag order. I think they'll probably keep the gag order in place until the sentencing, though. That's just how they do it. But you would think once he pleads, why would there be a gag order? I think what they wouldn't want is people getting pissed off when they hear the truth and then they're sentencing. So what you'd want to do is sentence and then, oh yeah, here's this stuff. All right, we're making some progress in here. I think we still need another. Not sure where we're at total, but we're still not at the goal. I think we're at like 70%. Will be all about the made this deal. You guys listen to the British guy. He will make no sense at all. And I'm not disparaging British people. I just don't want to use the person's name because he's just doesn't deserve a view. Get a chuckle out of my handle. I am not smarter. Oh, well, maybe you are. Maybe you are. Who the hell knows? I don't know what you're. You know who you are. Who are you? Are you? Maybe the family will prefer the court documents to be closed. Oh, I know what it was. I used window capture. Right? No, screen. Hold on. Yeah, it was window capture. No, it wasn't Windows capture. Let me get rid of that one. And display capture is what it was. Okay, remember that? And then I have to put this one on the front. So can you guys see that right there? Can you see it? Oh, that's right. We were parked during this. God, I love this camera, man. This is crazy. Here, watch this. Can you guys see that or what? You like the smaller one was better, right? When it's small like this. So check this out. This is Nevada. Wait. I can't remember if we're on Nevada yet or not. Was it? Yeah. We just took Nevada Street. And this is, I believe he took this exact route behind it. Check it out. I did something similar yesterday. Okay, right there. And so it does this crazy stuff back there. Notice how there's no... This is the only way to get the Pullman Moscow highways to take this road right here from Nevada Street. So check it out. It drives all the way around. Can you get? I don't know if you can see it or not. We'll check in a minute. Can you see it? The screen? Oh yeah. Okay, you can see it and everything. It's kind of jerky just because it's reading from a drive. But look how amazing that footage is. And so look at there's no cameras back here. This is all sort of back roads and stuff. You know, when I get home, I'll play this stuff again. It's crystal. You know, you won't have any lagging or anything. I'll take it all off the hard. I mean, these are like 30 gigabyte files in here. But look where this is going. And you're like, where is this? Where the hell is this? You take Nevada Street and you end up over here? I mean, where the hell is this? And watch this. Did you just send it in? 64 RC? Or I'll check in a minute. So look, he would have came out here and you look to the right. See that? You can't even see Pullman. So he comes out like a quarter mile down the road from the Pullman. Yeah, look how amazing this is. I'll probably just zoom in a little bit and go like that. Yeah, right there. That looks better. But see, what's cool is I can look wherever I want. You know, I can look up and down, and around, behind. All right, guys, if you can help support the channel tonight, it'd be great. This is our donation night, the June 30th. Need to try to reach the goal. We're still like, I don't know, we're about 70%. And guess what? At 2:54, his vehicle was spotted. Well, you know what? Let's see. What time are we at in here? Let's just go back in time. Hold on. Not here. Not there. Not there. Not here. So check it out. There's a camera right on that light in front of us right there. So right now it's 1:03. All right? So pretend that is 2:54. All right? So it's 1:03, 1 minute and 3 seconds is what it was. Not 1:03, 1 minute and 3 seconds. So now we'll move it forward to where we were. We're driving down the highway, and we're currently at 6 minutes. So you would guess that around 9 minutes, we should be passing Floyd's cannabis shop, since it was 2:54, and then 3:02 is when it passed Floyd's cannabis shop. That's 8 minutes. So if you take 1 minute and 3 seconds and you add 8 minutes to it, it's around 9 minutes. So let's see what time it is when we see Floyd's cannabis shop. And I tell you what, if he went straight down to the highway, he would have been there 2 or 3 minutes earlier. So I think I've uncovered the exact route that he took from the Nevada Street. And if that isn't super chat worthy, I don't know what the hell is. Hey, thanks, Suzanne and Maddie. So right now we're at 6 minutes and 56 seconds. There's a clock right here if you have really good. Now it's 7 minutes. We're looking for at 9 minutes. We should be passing, right around 9 minutes. We should be passing Floyd's cannabis shop. You agree? Does the judge have to accept the plea? I think so, because they're the ones that can, drop the charges. The judge just sort of rules on the case itself. All right, we're at 7 minutes and 47 seconds. Got up to 97 out today when we were driving around. And I want to thank Amber Maiden for showing up. That was pretty cool. Now we're at 8 minutes. 8 minutes. So like I said, it needs to be like 9:02. Would be exactly 8 minutes But there's time to play with, because we don't know if it was 3:54 in 10 seconds, and we don't know if it was 3:02 in 28 seconds. Whatever. It just has to be consistent. They have the exact times. Hey, thanks, Sea Breeze. I bet you there's a lot of people that left my channel because they didn't believe in the way I believed Kohberger was guilty. How sad is that? All right, guess what? That green building in front of us is see that building right over there to the left? Or I'll pause it right when we drive by. 1, 2, and stop. Now watch this. That's Floyd Cannabis shop right there. What time do you think it is on my computer? It's 9 minutes and 4 seconds. Exactly 8 minutes and 1 second. Can I get a boom? All right. Thank you very much. Thanks, Lizzie Rob. I'm going to still make videos on the stuff that I just got. I don't give a shit. That's where Bro Mode shops. Hey, thanks, Dixie Hippie. How could someone not believe? Well, I don't know. There's people that I think they just don't want to believe. There's like a whole sort of community, and they're not really true crime. They are nut job crime. I'm not sure what you call it. Is it pretty clear? Thank you, Tammy Lee. Lizzie Rob. Dixie Hippie. Let's get a wave going. And if not tonight, maybe tomorrow would be good too, because we got to start the month off. They'll like the 911 truth. They're like the 911 truthers. Yeah, I remember thinking like at the beginning, like stuff was interesting. I think that's sort of the beginning of conspiracy to the level it's at now in society. All right, well, yeah, they don't dig into anything, though. They go backwards. Hey, thanks, Cheryl Moran, for hopping on the Dixie Hippie Way. I'll skip it forward a little bit here. Isn't it incredible how long it films for? Like, you're talking 8K at 30 frames a second for like 30 minutes. All right, so we're actually driving into Moscow now. So this has been 11 minutes so far. So it's sort of interesting too, because it matches up with the time frame where he leaves at around 9 in the morning, and then at 9:14 he shows up by A&W, and it matches here. Because it just not too long from now, in like 2 minutes or so, we pass the A&W. I'll just move it forward a little bit. Yeah, so now we're going, getting there. And a lot of stops going on. I think it was a Sunday. None of this stuff would be there. So coming up here in a minute is the A&W. That's right. I was trying to take it right there. So all this slowness really took a lot of time at some of those lights. On a Sunday, there probably wouldn't be as much. But yeah, like 9:14 or 15, his vehicle was spotted right down this road here by the A&W. A lot of waiting here. It's coming up. So this has it being 16 minutes because of all the waiting. But it easily could have got there. Right now we're passing the A&W. See right there? And that's Steiner Avenue to the right. And what we're showing here is if I make it full screen like this, does it look bad, or do you guys like the full screen or not? But we're having one of those lulls again. The only way on donation night to get to the goal is to have people continually support the channel. I did a whole other show earlier. Unfortunately, I had to leave early, and I kind of slowed down what we were doing. But I was on. I did have to go on the court TV, so that was good. So right here is Palouse River Drive, and this is how I think he got there on that night. You know, matches everything. 3:02 in the morning, but then he did something we don't know where he was. You know, but 3:02 and the amount of time it's taken right now, 16 minutes, would put him here at 3:20. Which, gosh, you know, I mean, let's see what time it is when he gets to the house on Indian Hills Drive. It's probably pretty close, so he probably stops somewhere. Cool sea breeze. At least somebody likes my hammer. Maybe if I slide, is there a way to slide this over? What's that do? Oh, that's a picture. Oh, that's cool. You can take a quick photo by clicking on that button. So this is where he went that night, you guys. He's driving just like this. Just picture it being dark out. And then at the top of this hill, he turns left on Indian Hills Drive. And then after turning on Indian Hills Drive, right now on the left, that house right there is the first one that has a camera on it. And then as we're driving around, I think two more of these cameras. Maybe it was that one. Hard to say. Maybe that camera films the light of the car coming around. And then another one of these. They're right around up on that corner. But hey, guys, this is our donation night. We do it once a month. You would think that we would easily be able to get to the goal tonight, yet we're still struggling. So if we could please, you know, see if you guys are out there and you have the ability to, that'd be great. And I'm showing this video, you know, in hopes of generating the enthusiasm. That was part of our deal we made a few minutes ago. Do you remember that? So now we're heading down to Steiner Avenue. Yeah, thanks for the PayPal there earlier. Yeah, I got it. Thank you so much. CC. Looks like we've hit the massive lull. Maybe I'll just go have dinner. That's what I was saying driving around. It looks like it's really cool looking out there. Yeah, we need another about like, I don't know, 40 channel memberships or $200 to get to the goal. And then tomorrow I'll try to donate. I think I'll be able to maybe get to $3,000 we can give out for the month. Last month we gave out 5, but this month is well short of last month. I know, isn't this crazy? Because then, like right now we're driving, right? So I could go like this. Okay, let me show you guys something. Watch. So instead of being a static video, I can pause it right here. And then I can turn and then go, look, check it out. Like right there was a camera on that side of the house, and then there was another one up here somewhere, and it would film the car coming around these corners. Isn't that weird? That's that whole drive, Indian Hills Drive and everything. It's really quick. So right now we've only left Pullman 22 minutes ago. So, there was he did something else for 5 or 6 minutes at one point as well. Man, I was driving all. They're doing a lot of construction over here now too. And coming up here is going to be that's where one of the cameras was right there. Linda Lane, 1320. Well, you guys, doesn't look like we're making any progress currently. That's where the house was right there. So they must have approached right after that hearing when the judge said, well, looks like the trial's happening. I mean, that sounds like exactly after that is when they went, oh, shit, okay, we better get this, ask for a plea. So right there, that's where the house is, right there. I even did some video with holding my GoPro where I walk all the way around where the house and the deck used to be, and then sort of figured out, like, if the DoorDash driver was here, how long it would take to walk right behind, drop it off, come back. Hey, thanks. D'Onofrio B and Mindy. All right. Yeah, so if we can get another 170 in here, then I'll come on later this evening. But I need to eat dinner, but I'm only going to go eat dinner once we reach the goal. Okay, so we're 170 short still. So you guys are forcing me to be hungry. God, that's a good one. I got to keep that one. Man, that one's awesome. All right, let's see. We got 30. Yeah, what's this one do? Oh yeah, now we're going back the other direction on Taylor. Oh yeah, check it out. We parked in that spot that we thought. You guys remember that? You know the spot where the vehicle drives around and it doesn't show up in the complex? You guys know that? You know what? Okay, let me go back a little bit. Hold on. So there's times where the Elantra comes down, or the Elantra comes down Walanta Drive, and it does not come in here, but it also doesn't go by the Ridge Road camera, or apparently not the Linda Lane 1320 camera. So that means it would be driving right by this intersection here. So we'll join the drive. And so we thought that he pulled into this apartment complex over here. And you're just not going to believe it. Watch this. So thankfully I have my camera up high on here. And look at this. I mean, that grass area there, that's the house. I mean, that little place, that's exactly where it was. You could easily monitor anything that was going on there. And that's probably exactly what he was doing. Now, isn't that super chat worthy, you guys? We need 170 more so I can go have dinner. And then I'll come back on later. All right? Oh, Jesus. The things I do. The things I do. Can you imagine a hangry gray? Oh, yeah, you don't want to see that. Well, I feel cool that I'm one of the few I was a cop YouTubers to be on court TV, because I actually know what the hell I'm doing. I mean, I'm not just people just saying, "Oh, Gray, what are your credentials?" Well, my credential. The only thing I have really is, I learned animation like 20-something years ago. I did 2 animations in a court cases for crime scene reconstruction. Here's the 3-point turn situation. All right, you guys. Now we're at 160. We need 160 so I can go get something to eat and do another show later. All right, 150. And look at now we turn around. Now I want you to notice this right here. Notice how that's 1119 King Road right there. The lights would be hitting that driving here. We talked about this yesterday. And we were wondering, and we actually talked, wow, there's never ever a car when we come back. Oh, there's one. And now the lights would be hitting that car and over here. And then as soon as it straightens out at the bottom, the headlights would then go up again. And that's the stuff that they look at. Let's see. Oh, yeah, but I've also covered thousands of cases on this channel. Literally. And I did the Jodi Arias case where I made animations and models and everything. Yeah. So I feel like I know a lot, Hey, all right. So what is that? What did we get to there? So it was 160. And then where are we at now? We're getting close, right? Ish. I think it was 170, then 50, 6, or 40. Anybody know where we're at? Hey, thanks, Fitz. No hangry gray. Yeah, Cheryl warned everybody. What are we, like 130 now? Yeah. Yeah, so we're still about 130 away. 138. Allie Kate came up with. Oh man, you guys, I'm gonna starve to death. I have to leave to go to eat dinner. I'd like to be able to come back later too. And you guys can send me all the articles and everything. Yeah, I can't sneak a snack until we get to the goal. That's right. This is donation night, you guys, not some just random day. But it's also a big day. You'd think it would be a little easier. Yeah, I don't even know if he was still there. I don't know what the Probergers are saying now. But if you're out there and you're watching the channel, my channel has donated $248,000 since January of 2020. Of course, you don't hear that from the trolls. They've never mentioned that part. We've given, tens of thousands of dollars to all kinds of different charities. The big ones have been RAIN, which is violence against women, Texas Equisearch, and NCMEC. They've all gotten well over 20,000 apiece. And then we've put 100,000 into a DNA fund for identifying Jane and John Does, and then we've put so far like 17,000 in our scholarship fund. And we're still working on that. So those are the kinds of things we do on the side. Now, of course, I have a channel that makes revenue to survive, to keep doing what it's doing. But I need you guys to help support the channel tonight. And have it be one of those nights where I don't have to keep saying it over and over and over and over again. I'm trying to avoid those. Protests for what? I mean, I can see protests of them not wanting the prosecution to allow it. So I was just kind of driving around, doing all kinds of... Like, I always end up going back around again to then start another one of the paths that he did. Oh, yeah, this is Linda Lane here. Hey, thanks, Ozzy, Trisha, and Hannah Whitaker. Where are we at now? And Charlene Rico, thank you. Yeah, so right there, let me hit stop. That's kind of cool. You can just stop the camera, turn around, and this building right here, 1320, you can actually see it. Well, right there, that says 13. That's not a 5. 1320 Linda Lane. That filmed the Elantra driving past right there at 3:29 a.m. on his way in on the initial pass coming in. I forgot who was the FBI guy that I was on with. We were having this really cool conversation before the show, and I was giving him my thoughts. Yeah, he was asking me questions. And then we got sort of taken off separately so they could queue us up. I forgot. I wanted to get his name. He'd be cool to have on the show. Well, I'm going to try to... is it going to be streamed? I'm not going to be here Wednesday. Hey, thanks, Scott G. Where are we at now on the numbers? Yeah, I'm so hungry. Jeez, thanks, guys. Oh, is this the heading out to Palouse River Drive? Hey, thanks, Scott, for gifting the 5 memberships. Oh, it looks like we're turning around. Coming back to Malanta Drive. Maybe still on there. And there's K-Me. Yeah, it's awesome, right? I mean, this is stuff that we were just going to be able to use during the trial and say, look, this is where, you know, that's why I came out here. I'm not anywhere near Boise, by the way. I'm in Moscow right now. We getting anywhere near dinner? Jeez. And then right there, it turns. Probably do it again. That's crazy. This video is like 30 minutes long. One single take. GoPro doesn't have that. We'll be able to do interviews, have occasional. I think that should all be part of the deal, though. Although I don't mind him being able to. Well, I don't really want him to talk because I feel like he just makes shit up. I don't think so. Can we release Gray? I don't think so. I think I'm trapped, stuck in prison. Dylan and Bethany will speak out in time. Guess not what. Why on earth would they offer him a plea? We didn't give those poor innocent kids. Yeah. I don't really know what the logic is. I guess what they said, which sort of made sense. And it actually, I think you know what I think the main thing is saving the state millions and millions of dollars. But if you think about it, it's going to be like, you know, when you get the death penalty, there's automatic appeals, and then another appeal, and then another appeal, and then another appeal, and then you drag the family into court over and over again, and then there's like, you know, so that's kind of what their argument is, which I sort of understand, and maybe the families don't fully appreciate that angle. That for the rest of their lives, instead of being able to sort of, you know, I don't know what you call it, like closing a chapter in a book. You know, there's no such thing as closure. So I hate when people say, "Oh, closure." There's no closure, right? But they could, you know, be able to start living a normal life quicker, because it's sort of similar to having a missing child. When you always have to keep wondering about the next appeal and appeal and appeal and appeal and appeal and appeal and appeal over and over and over again. So I guess in that aspect, maybe you could look at it. And if they're really doing that for that reason only, then that'd be cool, but it's hard to say. So here's that U-turn that it would take. You know, on two of those passes, it does a U-turn right there. I just did that too. I was doing everything, man. I had it all set up. Man, I spent like, man, I must have drove, you know, a couple 100 miles just here doing this stuff. Maybe not that far. But. Come on, 60 more. Yeah, 60 more. That's it. Thanks, Cheryl Moran. 60 more from you guys. And then here's what I'll do. I'll go get something to eat. I sound like Lookner right now. And then I'll come back. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Check this out. Oh, wait. We do this in a minute. Oh, you get to see some cool stuff later, but only if I get to go have dinner. This is how you get out of there, though. You turn right on Conestoga. That's where we're at now. And you stay on Conestoga until you get all the way to the end of Conestoga, which brings you out to the highway. So when we get 60, I'll get something to eat, and then we'll come back on and we'll go through all the rest of the videos that we filmed today. How's that sound? Thanks, Cheryl. It's too bad that Leon Littlejohn took off. He would have helped us get past the goal there. He actually thought that we blocked him, but nobody did. Let's see. Why would they even entertain? Are you guys going to help get to the number, you guys? We got to get 60 more. Yes, I've been in Idaho for 2 days now. I was there last night. Went filming all day today. And then right when we were done filming, literally, like I took Amber out to fly the drone for a while so she could see what it was like. And then Lillian called and said, Gray. And I was like, what? And it was crazy. So, you guys, Jesus. Oh, did I go back up the same way I can? Oh, yeah, because I think we were going to go check that out. Yeah, well, he thought we hit him on the channel, Cheryl. And he sent me a message, and I told him, no, we didn't do that. And he just sort of, I don't know. I don't know if he's just not very good at technology or what. He thought we hit him, but he's a moderator. He's not hidden. I'll keep him as a moderator. Maybe he'll change his mind at some point. I think there's a new post from Kaylee's family. When did it come out? Because we read the one that was 38 minutes ago, a while ago. I mean, thanks H-Doc and Dixie Hippie. I think we need another 53, you guys. Should be pretty simple. Oh, yeah. So I come out here. I think I drive by there twice. Now look at this. Watch this crazy. I think I do it on this one. I'm not absolutely sure. I think I either go straight or take a right. Okay, I go straight. And see, this might be where he actually went when his car disappeared for 4 or 5 minutes. On one of the passes, when it went by the ridge road, not the ridge road, the camera that you did the U-turn at, the car disappears for like 4 or 5 minutes. And then look at this down here. That's the police station right there. So, I mean, we were actually thinking, and it made so much sense, it was almost unbelievable, that after the homicides, what could have been the delay is that he drove really quick and he just pulled in over here, somewhere around in this area. And that's the police station right there. But maybe it was actually on this other street that's over here. But look at this. You could just sit here and monitor and see, wow, was a 911 call made? Because where he went, cops wouldn't be driving. They're going to be driving on Taylor Avenue and zooming in, and he's way back behind on the back streets. And he could just sit here and notice that, oh, nobody called him. And then he goes back and, takes off. Isn't that crazy? All right, so then, wait, what are we at now? What are we at now? Because it was 53, 48, right? 48. Come on, you guys, you can do it. We need 40. Oh! And look at, hey, it's Cali Gal 3. Hey, thanks, Cali Gal 3. How you been, by the way? I want to send me an email or something. I want to correspond like we used to back in the day. It's just, I know you remember when you moved a long time ago. I just never really got to follow up. So that's it. I can go eat something, right? Yee-hoo! I can go eat something. It's almost like a video game with that little part in front in the car, like you're just, you know. All right, so maybe I'll just pause that for now. I'll play the rest of this one, and then we'll start up on when I come back later. So this is 28 minutes long, and we're at 19 minutes. But thank you. Yeah, I mean, I bought these. I've shown the 360-degree cameras before, but recently I purchased. Well, like a year ago, I purchased the 8K 4X4, but I never really had a chance to use it. Then the X5 came out, which is claimed to be way better at light filming. Like it's got a night filming. I mean, with a better sensor. So I bought it, and I was going to use it out here and drive around with it on top of my car at night. But I don't know. I think daytime's almost better because you can see what's around. Anyway, thanks again, Cali Gal 3. Okay, let me flip back over to. So that's gonna look kind of weird for a second, but if I put my knee at the top and make it smaller, maybe I can be in the shot, sort of like. Does it work if I need to tilt it more. If I put that over here, and then go back to this. So you guys can probably see me now, at least, right? At least I exist as a person. Yeah, I was 97 today when we were driving around. Thanks, Oz Shin. Sorry. Oh, that's fine. I mean, the thing is like if sometimes when I do shows and there's 100, 200 people watching, if everybody did that, boom, we nail it, right? So it's all the same. Ugh. That right there, that's the turn on the Willanta Drive. Back down again, you can see the water tower over there by Sigma Chi. I really wanted to cover the trial, though, you guys. I thought that would have been so fun. That would have been one that I really. But I think I'll be pretty good at some of the other ones, like Rex Huerman. I just can't drive to that. Yeah, it's in New York. Now that was just too many gray. What do you mean? What's happened? What's happened? Can you see me on the screen? Because the screen that I'm looking at, I can't see it. People were like, why is this car driving by so many times? Yeah, Lillian, you were the first one to get a hold of me. On my computer has a heat advisory. Oh wait, no, that's outside. No, I can't see me because I have to. If I have to have the whole screen being used by OBS. If I don't, you get that little weird multiplying effect thing. Yeah, that's because it was copying the screen over and over and over again. But now it's not, because it's just got one me, and then that's right. So this is where I actually I kept it recording while I went in there. All right, so that one I went inside and got some waters. There's no more actual video on that one. So perfect. What I'll do is I'll send these over to my computer while I try to go get something to eat. How's that sound? Let me get this off the screen really quick. See, when I go just by myself, there it is. All right, you guys. Well, thanks for getting there. Getting to the goal-ish. So let's see. Thank you to. I'm not sure if it works the same on here. Agagaga. Melanie. Yeah, it switched everybody's names in the middle of the stream back. Melanie, Anne, the Pam Pepper, Apathetic Ket, Olivia, Saute, Derek Sherman, Cheryl Moran, Ted Bundy, Alley Cake, Toka Charlie, Apathetic. That's probably the name. Apathetic. Alley Cake, Shay 530, Melanie Summer, Natalie, Sante, Dixie Hippie. Is that it? Oh, there was way more. Oz Shez, Callie Gal 3, Melanie Sumner, Michelle H, Dixie Hippie H Doc. I think that was near the end. I think I got it right. I couldn't scroll very good. But anyways, thanks. This whole setup sucks, okay? It's hard to work it. So I want to say thanks there, and thanks everybody on the PayPal as well. There was some people on there. Let's see. We've got Sandy Shirley, Virginia, WNC Granny, and then we have Susan F with the coffee, and Lisa Valenzuela with a barrel of coffee, and I think that's about it. There's also more PayPals that I was mentioned earlier, but we had also like Paulette Leonard's in there. Yeah. And Lillian. All right. Well, I'll come back on later tonight, you guys. Might be kind of later, like 8:30 or so, my time. But maybe if you can, send me some articles that you might think are interesting, and that might help me be able to sort of sift through stuff and find it. All right. So that would be cool. All right. I'm going to go out to I got to get some crap out of my car. I just left everything in there and ran in to start streaming. So thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys a little bit later. And as I always say, until next time.